Hello and welcome to Let's Play Destroy All Humans, with me, Mr. Muckluckable. In the last episode, we started having a look at some of the extras in the game, because, having finished all the story missions, we're going to go look at the archives. So we looked at a lot of the concept art. We did have a quick look at the B-movies as well. But the Furigami, some assembly required. We had a look at this stuff, you know, concept art of the Furons and the sources and the bad guys and everything and stuff that was taken out of the game, the concept barnyard. But today we're going to look at some of the videos, because on this one right here, Furon Propaganda, as the name suggests, it's kind of the marketing and the build up, the lead up to the final release of the game. So we have things like the making of, the selling, the trailers, the developer commentary, E3 booth footage, and goofy screenshots, and VO, voiceover I guess. So we're going to get started. I do think these are quite long, some of them. I think some of them, I believe that developer one could be up to about 20 minutes long. So it may have to be a separate video. We'll see. I think this one as well is quite long, the making of movie, but I understand not many of you actually want to see these, but I'm putting it out there because why not? So feel free to skip this. I don't know how good they are, I haven't watched all of it, but let's just start it and see what it's like. So the making of, let's go.
At ease. I want to keep this briefing brief. Time is a luxury we do not have. The bombers are awaiting our word. The president is on hold and my car is double parked outside. Direct cable communication has been maintained with Washington, but there is no radio at all. Now this much is certain. We have recently acquired new information from Majestic about the imminent threat to mankind. This is the enemy. Take a good look, gentlemen. They hail from the planet Gorta in the Proxima Centauri system and call themselves Furons. Notice their oversized craniums and small status, but don't be fooled. They are mean, calculating, and ruthless. Here's some of what we do know. They use psychokinesis, and their ability to read minds is in proportion to their head size. They do not sleep and have a total disdain for humans. Think of us like cattle. They have 4 fingers on each hand, and they all have the same size feet. But that's not the worst of it. Their technology is generations ahead of ours. Their air power is superior, and their arsenal is frightening. From this ultra-high altitude infrared radioactive image, we can tell that the alien spacecrafts are heading for the cities of Santa Modesta, Rockwell, Uniontown, Capital City, and Area 42. In summary, we're being invaded. More disturbing evidence has emerged. We believe that several corporations have been aiding the Furons. THQ and Pandemic Studios are in bed with the enemy. Roll the film. From their innocent-looking headquarters in Brisbane, Australia, comes mankind's greatest threat. Using advanced technology known as a computer, they have developed an alien training aid. We believe they have been consorting with the Furons under our very noses for a number of years. What you are about to see are the traitors to mankind.
Who told you about the Furons?
Well, you know, they're fictional. They're something that we made up.
Don't know where you heard about them.
Crypto, he's a crazy little alien.
In the game, you get to play one of the aliens called Crypto Spiridium, and Crypto is the 136th clone of his line. The Furons have figured out how to clone people, and as a result, their race is dying.
You know, certainly it's very handy for them to get their hands on our DNA. You know, I know their gene pool's depleted, and a long time ago they put some of their DNA and mixed it with ours. But you know, it's just a game, right?
He's looking for brain stems. Brain stems that've got ancient Furon DNA in them. They need it to reinvigorate them, their own DNA pool. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand, but he's always out there, grabbing brains, human brains.
In real life, humans wouldn't stand a chance. I mean, you know, they're just puny and ineffective and pathetic, really. And an alien race of any substantial power, especially the power to traverse the interstellar reaches of space, would have absolutely no trouble conquering humans. So, in the game, that's kind of the direction that we went.
It's funny also because it's the 50s and everybody laughs at the 50s. Everyone can see that's funny. But when you can go into that environment and mess with it as an alien, it's quite hilarious.
The lack of remorse is chilling. Pathetic humans! That's what they think of us. Well, let me tell you something. We ain't gonna get pushed around by no little four-fingered, big-headed midgets whose sole intent is to steal our NDA.
DNA.
Whatever! Roll the film!
Pathetic humans. All around town, you see them doing chicken dances. It's the Furon. He gets into their minds, their weak little minds.
We realized when we were making the game that any alien was bound to have superior mental and technological power.
The Furons have psychic powers in the game we're making, of course. They don't really exist. For instance, they have telekinesis. They can pick up objects and throw them around.
It's one Furon, Crypto. He uses psychokinesis and picks up the cows. I don't know what he does with them. Why the cows?
The ability to create illusions in the minds of humans.
They can project an image into the mind of other humans of a human disguise. They can walk amongst us. You would never know there's a Furon amongst you.
Yeah, they have psychic abilities. You know, they can read minds and hypnotize people, and even an anal probe, which is kind of uncomfortable to talk about.
That's not all. It gets worse. Guns, tanks, bombs. They're like toys against them. This is what we're up against. Roll the film.
They've got some pretty cool weapons, there's no doubt, particularly from the UFO. Well, UFOs definitely beat cars, there's no doubt about that, and gives you a much better view of the city and a bit more destructive power, and even on the ground, using a jetpack sure beats walking.
You've got your classic death ray, which is just sort of singeing through buildings and cars. Those cars can be picked up with the PK ability and set fires alight elsewhere. Then you've got your quantum deconstructor, which is like the all-out, the amazing weapon. It's the one that I guess you're not going to get many of in the game, and that's just going to blow everything to bits, basically. You can go down in third-person mode and get right up close to objects and people and environments, and you get these really nice high-res, detailed-looking areas, and then you can get up in your ship and just blow everything to bits, and all these massive effects and particles are just rendering at that time, and really that's quite an achievement in itself, to be able to have almost like two types of games in the one game.
The physics engine we use is called the Havoc engine, and it takes the realism of the game to another level. It really allows you to manipulate people in different ways and throw cars around and have car doors fly open and bits of cars go flying off.
The aliens have vastly superior technology, and there's no way that you're going to stop them. I mean, you have to warn people. I mean, you have to bring down the government to stop these things. You're gonna have to do it!
The government are trying to cover up what's ever happened, all these strange occurrences that are happening in and around USA to keep the population calm, but I don't think they really know either.
The G-Men are purely fictitious characters we created for our game. The secret organisation they work for, completely made up. None of it's real.
There'll be panic. There'll be chaos. They'll destroy all humans.
Somebody ring my wife. I won't be home for dinner. Listen, there's no room for your mother in the bomb shelter. I gotta go. The whole world is waiting, for this will decide the fate of civilization. All humanity, whether we live or die, will depend on what we decide here in order to remind ourselves what exactly it is that we're up against. I asked the boys in the lab to cut together this next piece of film.
The coolest thing about the game is that you can take the form of an alien and run amok in human society.
50s America, I mean, let's face it, you've seen them. They've totally got it coming.
The best thing about the game is it's different.
Oh, I just love being able to play the alien for once, and the bad guy becomes the good guy.
I love just getting in the UFO and just blowing stuff up.
It's funny to mess with people's heads. In this game it becomes a reality and it's heaps of fun.
I don't think you understand the kind of power that these guys have. I mean, they've got one mission on planet Earth. They've got one desire, and that's to destroy all humans.
This is no game, gentlemen. This is mankind's darkest hour.
Okay, well, that was kind of weird, but it was interesting. It was kind of long as well. But, there's that. Let's have a look at the next one. Selling the Furon. I can't remember what these are now. This might just be pictures. Let's have a look. Alrighty then. Wasn't that sad? One of those pictures was there are jobs out there. Vacancies for pandemic. Oh, so sad. There was quite cool pictures in there as well. It's always odd seeing really cool drawings and then you see it in game and it looks so crap. It's really weird. Like the drawings look really good and then because it's PS2 and looking back now it's not great, you always just so much more detail in the images and then you get to the render and it's kind of all flat and plain. Anyway, I really like that picture of the saucer kind of chopping the building like straight through it. I think that may have been something you could do in the game with the destructible buildings element to it. You'll probably see that in this one here, the developer one. But anyway, E3 2004 trailer.
They have abducted one of our own. Now, you must face off against a hostile race. Use your weapons. Use your mind against the most feared enemy in the galaxy. Mankind. Avoid detection. Gather intelligence. Destroy anything in your path. But most of all, destroy all humans. Destroy all humans. One giant step on mankind.
Did you see the giant heads? Did you see the giant heads? They had giant heads in there at some point in the game. Just like Theme Hospital, giant heads that popped. Ah, where are the giant heads? Where did they go? Who knows? Let's look at the second trailer.
Let's go sunning, it's so good for you. Let's go sunning, neath the sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you breaking news from the observatory at Rockwell.
In over 20 years of broadcasting, I'm at a loss for words. I can only describe what I'm seeing as not from this Earth. Something is emerging out of the spacecraft. It's raising its hand. Perhaps a sign of peace. No! We are under attack!
Ladies and gentlemen, due to technical difficulties, we are unable to continue the broadcast from the Rockwell Observatory.
Pathetic humans.
We may have seen that one before. That's the one that you play right at the beginning, maybe? Anyway, next up is the developer Darwinism. I don't think we're going to have this in this episode though, because it's quite long. So that might be just its own thing, because that's probably the best extra, in my opinion. So that can be its own video, I think. So let's just finish off with these last two bits. Now this one, E3 booth footage, is just really crap. I'm sorry, but it's just really awful footage, wobbly camera footage of a man in front of a TV with some gameplay in the background. You can't even hear what he's saying, I think. I think it's background music. I'll play a little bit of it, but I'm not playing a lot because it's very boring. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, it's just that for a long time. I tried watching it all, and it's really boring. So, none of that. Let's end on some goofy screenshots and VO.
Wow. Can you sing Happy Birthday, Mr. President?
Happy birthday.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I've got a song for you.
Damn it, man. Cha-cha-cha. Got 1,000,000 of them.
Close enough.
Ah, crap on a stick. Smell prettier than a hot cow patty on a wet day.
Him of the tune, I forgot it. Harvested corn, milking cows, hunting, cattle rusting, and alien...
Goddamn apple pie.
biatch. All right.
Almost sounds like an evangelist or something. Awaiting the moment when we humans...
Is that supposed to sound profound? Sweet. Little bald head. No, what the hell is that?
Living together, mass hysteria. Hey, yo, Cuff and Link. How you doing?
Matter of fact, Mr. Federal Agent, sir, we're supposed to be moving these...
Okay, give me the lead-in line.
Matter of fact, Mr. Federal Agent, sir, we're supposed to be moving these... Matter of fact, Mr. Federal Agent...
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Mr. Federal Agent, sir, we're supposed to be Matter of fact, Mr. Federal Agent, sir, we're supposed to be moving these crates.
Wow, I don't keep picking up on that. All right, here we go. This is the one.
But our forklift's torqued. We're waiting from Stivic to...
Michael Stivic makes an appearance. Wow. Nice. We're waiting for Stivic to come back. Okay. Very pithy bromide from the dock worker.
You think you can destroy us so easily? You humans are pathetic. We will control your government and destroy all humans.
Are we ready?
He's pinching a loaf, picking a crab. He's launching the Brown October.
I'm sorry, he's in the loo.
Is there anything dock workers can't do? I mustn't be late. They're waiting for me in the test chamber. If I follow standard insertion procedures, everything should be fine. RDR squared? I don't get it. I got what every woman wants. A 12-inch slide rule and a 166 IQ.
Mustn't forget to change the barge across to the island. That ship's secrets are going to make my career.
Oh my God! I ain't seen nothing like that before. I ain't seen nothing like I ain't seen nothing like that before. This is not funny. I'm leaving.
Right. There were a few questionable images and screenshots in that selection. Just a few questionable ones. With some people in some various positions and some animals where they shouldn't be. But, that was quite interesting to hear, like, all the outtakes of the voiceovers as well. See that? I like that, the goofy screenshot. That's nice. So we're probably going to end off this part 2 of the extras here. Man, 3 parts for the extras. That's crazy. In the third part, we're going to show the developer Darwinism evolution of the game. That will probably be the whole thing, and then that will be it. That will be it for the Let's Play. All done. So until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.